Okay, this is a quick review of the Smittybilt. They make two compressors. This is the larger one. They connect, or this one, the larger one, which is what this is, connects to your battery. You have two clamps right there, so you can grab onto your battery. I'm trying to do this while holding my phone. Okay, so you have each of your connections making contact. I've let all the air out of my 34-inch tires. These are 295 75 16, which are about a 34. I believe they're about 11 wide on a 16-inch rim. So the idea here is that what you see about how quickly I can inflate a tire. I pulled the valve stem out of the tire. I let all of the air out. There's zero air in the tire. I just screwed the valve stem back in. So we are ready now to take the Smittybilt. The way this system works, let's see if I can do this one-handed here. You have a Chicago quick disconnect type thing right here. So you have the hose that's permanently affixed to the pump. The way it works, your compressor comes through a steel hollow tube right here that acts as your handle. It has like a gun style heat shield. Hose comes out of there, comes to the male end. Then you have your female end right here that latches into here. So that gets you to your flex hose, your coil. Out of your coil, you have the exact same fitting. You have a male and a female here to get you to your gauge. The gauge has an air bleed spring loaded right there. Okay, let's see here. There's your gauge face. The gauges aren't known for being overly accurate, but they'll ballpark you. They'll get you within 5. This is the end, and what this is, it's, see if we can get focused there. So there's your threads. So you thread this on to your nipple on your valve stem that you see in the background there. And that's where I'm going to go for that right now, since I don't have air in. Otherwise I would be leaking, because remember, I have this disconnected, but I don't have any air in my wheel or tire. Okay, so we're tight there, and need to reconnect this here. So to do that, you have to pull back on this, just like any other Chicago fitting. Let's see if we can do this one-handed, and we can. So I can make my tire hold my phone. Of course I cannot. Alright, give me 1 second, I'm going to pause this. Alright, so we are connected. Now, the way this compressor works, if this weren't connected here, and I went back here and I hit the power switch, you see there's a breaker and there's a power switch, 0 and 1. 0 meaning off, 1 meaning on. If I was not connected here, and if I hit this power switch here, this will blow out. It doesn't store air, it doesn't build up air. It would just be blowing out the fitting. So you connect it to your tire, thread this onto your tire, come over to your compressor, turn your power on, and let's see how long this takes to pump up a 34 by 11 on a 16-inch rim. Really not that loud. I'm surprised. I expected louder. Okay, you see the vehicle starting to lift. I'm actually kind of shocked how quickly this is raising that wheel up. Even my dog is amazed. I am not running the engine. I would surmise that if the engine were running, it would pump a little bit faster. You should be almost 2 volts higher. See what the gauge is looking like now. The gauge is showing 35. I can tell by looking at it, it's obviously not quite there. I'm guessing it's reading 5 pounds higher than reality. So I'm going to bring it up to 40, see what we have. I'll look with a real gauge. I'm interested in starting the car. I want to see if we can hear an obvious change. Oh wow, very big change in the speed that it's running. Now another thing that I did read is people said shut it off to get your actual pressure rating. So as you can see here, let me try to get, not with the glare. Okay, so you're reading 35, almost 36. Now watch what happens when I turn the power back on. You're going to see it jump way high. So you're seeing a 10-pound change to the gauge while it's running. 42 or 43. I'm going to pause this and go grab my gauge. Okay, so you can see there you're looking at 42 pounds or so. I'm guessing we're at around 36. I'm gonna give it another second or two of air because we're gonna lose air while taking the fitting off. So let me just give it a little bump. Okay, I ran it up just a bit over 50, putting us around 43, 44. Trying to get it to focus here, and it is 45 pounds. I'm like surprised that it's that accurate. So I'm showing about 45 on there. And if you're looking at this gauge, you got 25 right to my fingernail, 30, 35, 40. Now we're down to about 40, 41, and I bet that's pretty close. So really the gauge isn't as far off as what people had been talking about. I don't know if there was a change to the gauge over the last year or two, but you can see right there pretty clear that that's showing just about 41. By the time I take this off, I would think 40, maybe a hair bit less. Okay, reset our gauge. And I don't know if you could see that or not. Let's see if I can get my hand. There you go. And it's showing about 43, so it's only off by a few degrees. I'm sorry, a few pounds. And the bottom line is you got a little bit more than what it says. So if you run it to 35 on my gauge, well, I should say on my Smittybilt gauge, if I run it to 35, I should have 37 or so. That's perfect. Now I think I'm going to run the test again with the engine running the entire time. What do you think? So while that's draining, let me show you here. With the Smittybilt kit, you get the compressor, you get the yellow coiled hose, you get the gauge extension hose, you get the black carry bag that easily fits everything, you get the wires to go up to your battery, and you get this little pack of connectors. One is a smaller diameter tapered nozzle that would work. The small one here would work nice for say your blow up stuff for the swimming pool. You have your basketballs, soccer balls, stuff like that, your needle right there, and a little bit larger diameter, just an open hole blow up device. Not sure what exactly that one would be fitted for. So right now I have the valve core out of the wheel, just letting the wheel drop back down to the ground. We're going to refill this time with it running, see how much quicker. Okay, now we have the engine in the H3 is running. We're hooked up. All of the air is out of this tire. This tire is flat. Gauge is reading nothing. So look down at the timer on this video. Go ahead. You got your number. You getting ready? I'm about to turn this power on. See my finger right here? And go. about 35 on the gauge. So let me pause this and I'll check it with the real gauge. Okay, we were showing 35. And let's see if we can focus on that. 36, I don't know if you saw that. So that's pretty damn close, I leave it there.